Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Reds Talk, an authentic football fan channel dedicated to Manchester United. This is your preview for the game against Sevilla in the Europa League at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan Stadium. All to play for after the catastrophic home leg last Thursday night. So it'll be interesting to gauge where the lads are in terms of confidence heading into this one. We've got Sam and Shiver alongside me today. One question and one question only, lads. Are we confident?
Yeah, pretty much. Mostly.
Ooh, interesting. That surprised me. Are you confident, Shiver?
Let's fucking go.
Okay. That's what I like to hear.
I'm not confident.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll.
I'm literally just trying to psych myself up. Man. Like,
Yeah.
like, let's do it. But yeah, that came out with zero enthusiasm.
Okay. Oh, I believed it. So if that's any benefactor, then I suppose. Yeah, we're going to need it tomorrow, aren't we? We're going to need faith, belief, anything you can get going into it to go into the next round. But before we dive into the actual preview itself, as always, guys, please do make sure you subscribe to the channel, smashing that like button. And don't forget, I'll be live on TikTok and YouTube from 7 o'clock with team news, maybe a little bit earlier sometimes. So come and join me for the watch along. And make sure you jump in the chat and throw me some questions. Let's have a little warm up, try jog your memory. It's not really in relation to the game, it's more our team in general. But in all competitions, can you name our top 3 scorers with the amount of goals in order?
In Europa League?
No, in all competitions.
All competitions.
I'm going to go Rashford, Martial, and Bruno.
How many do you think Rashford's got in all comps?
Bro, come on.
If you was to guess.
23?
Not far off. So Rashford's top, 27 and 47.
Cool.
Who's second?
Is it Martial?
Nope.
Bruno?
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. Bruno's got 10 in 49. And then third, we have not Martial. Before you said Martial. Anthony, 8 in 35. So, yeah, they're 3 top goal scorers in all comps. Rash, Bruno, and Anthony. But Martial does have 7, so he's literally 4th in the list with way less games as well. How about our top 3 assists? Top 3 assists, sorry. Who think's got the most assists? Bruno, correct. Yeah, 13 in 49. Who's second?
Eriksen?
Nope.
No.
Not in all comps.
Casemiro?
Nope.
No.
Eriksen's third with 9 in 34.
Okay.
It'll make sense once he's got... Oh, yeah, actually, yeah.
Anthony? Has he got a few? No.
No, it's not Anthony. Definitely not. Is it Rashford?
Yeah. Rashford. Marcus Rashford, double figures. 10 in 47. So actually got 27 goals and 10 assists in 47 games, which is not a bad campaign at all, is it? Now, the game itself, tomorrow night, lads, in Sevilla, both teams, of course, have the same ambition to reach the semi-finals of the Europa League against either Juventus or Sporting Lisbon. A great opportunity to get one step closer for Ten Hag and an opportunity for Sevilla to add the 5th. I think it's the 5th trophy to the cabinet. They've won 4, right?
They've got a
Pretty
6
sure.
on. They've got 6 on the badge.
Is that not your? Is it? They've got 6. What, 6 stars?
They've got a Europa League thing on it. There's a number 6 in it on the side.
They've won it 6 times. I thought it was only 4.
I don't know if that's like 4 Europa Leagues and 2 old European cups.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Regardless, we know they're going to be at home. The fans are going to be really up for it. And United will take confidence, having beaten some Spanish teams this season. We beat Betis, we beat Barcelona. But there seems to be some weird kind of magic or whatever you want to call it. Juju in it, that's what it is. Whenever we play Sevilla, like just the results are just not gone our way at all, whether that's Champions League, Europa League, under whatever coach, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Mourinho, fucking Ten Hag. It just doesn't happen for whatever reason. The last leg looked like cruise control, didn't it, in the first half? And then the second half just went, fuck you. Just all your plans completely ruined. Your 2 centre-backs out. And then, everything else, you know the script. So the question is, Sam, what can we do to reverse this curse?
Don't take your foot off the pedal and don't think you're over the line when you're 2 goals to the good. I think that's what happened. We took the pressure off and we sort of just let them back into the game really slowly but surely, and they gained confidence via that. And then we got severely unlucky with the own goals that happened. Malacia was at fault, wasn't he, for the goal that came across?
Horrendous.
So obviously switching off and thinking you're outside, etc. That's something you need to watch. You need to be concentrating 100% all the way to the end of the game, to the final whistle. So we can't be letting that happen. And then the 2 goals were just unfortunate. Like, obviously, better defensively. We could have been way better defensively and shored up that thing. But there's nothing Harry Maguire can do about that goal. Like, it's off the back of his big fat head. So it's just, like, it is what it is. Like, you can't really...
Lad.
Yeah.
Lad.
You can't really do anything. So it's just, keep concentrated, make sure you're shored up all the way to the end of the game, and we should be fine. Obviously, we have to get a goal, but it looks like Rashford's back in training, a few others back in training, and we should have some firepower to be able to get the goal that we need. But yeah, just concentration. That's the big key.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think we've got enough quality to go in there and controlling the game away, or do you think it's be a bit cagey?
Controlling the game, absolutely, 100%. It's the first time we're gonna have, well, not the first time, but then we have Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno back in the team, and that is
Bruno suspended. Sorry to cut you in, but Bruno suspended in it. I feel like every time we do a preview, I'm like dropping like a bomb on the thing and just be like,
just ruining Chivy's day every single time.
Last time it was Varane won it. I was Varane 2 weeks. He went, what? 2 weeks? What? So
I was literally about to just go on the whole script of how we're gonna control with Bruno, but I still think we have enough to control the game. I think he might actually play. I mean, we might see Sancho coming into the middle to play the 10. What I don't want to see, he's done this before, was play Fred in the 10. To press the ball back. Whilst that's good defensively, if we're trying to control the game, it doesn't help at all. Even though we all like Fred, but it just doesn't. It's not his game. So it doesn't really help. If we're gonna have Fred, Casemiro, and Bruno, I'd rather see Bruno in the 10, and Fred, trying to win balls, because I hate
Bruno's not playing. So,
oh God!
You keep saying Bruno.
Stop! You keep punching him in the balls. Stop punching him in the balls, man.
But I'm just
Eriksen, in the 10, Fred, pairing Casemiro in the and just to answer, shed some light on the question you asked Sam about how to reverse the curse. Just take your fucking chances.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's been the thing all season, hasn't it? With United not taking the chances.
Take your chances, because if we taken our chances against Sevilla, it could have been 4-0 up. The one that hit the bar, the absolutely really good save. I think I can't remember who made that. Who took the shot? But yeah, it could have been 4-0.
Yeah, absolutely. I second that. Just the midfield, going back to that, Sam. How do you feel about potential midfield of Casemiro, Fred, Eriksen, if he does go with that?
Yeah, a couple of comments in the chat. I'll just read these out quickly and then we'll go.
Go for it.
Shreyas is saying we're going to crush him tomorrow. Very confident.
That's an American thing, isn't it? We're going to crush him.
Yeah. Adam saying we have to beat the curse if we want to progress. Shah Sam, who is a Real Reds Ultra. If you want to join a Real Reds Ultra, hit the join button right next to the like and subscribe button and you can get exclusive content, much like Shah Sam is. We are comfortably winning this one. Aaron Gregory, aren't going to be a tough game, but they've been awful this season. Scoreboard, Rashford, Bruno, Anthony. Aaron saying we should have enough to get us over the line. Adam is saying, oh, wow, the graphics look different. Look good, boys. Thank you very much, Adam. I appreciate it. I think Casemiro, Fred, and Eriksen, I think that's more than enough to get the job done. You've got Casemiro, a solid defensive rock at the back, cleaning stuff up as and where needed. Eriksen's going to provide you with creative inspiration, whether that's through set pieces, corners, or intricate passing, balls through the lines, etc. So our forwards can get on to the front of him. And then Sabitzer, Fred is going to just provide that nuisance to break up play. Anytime Rakitic tries to get on the ball or do something, he can just get involved and just make himself a nuisance and break that stuff up. So it should be more than enough. Like, I know Rakitic had his day when he was at Barca, but I just think he's a bit past it now. He's not the guy he once was. But I probably should keep that short and sweet, because he's probably going to score a worldie now, isn't he, tomorrow, just to shut me up. But
they've got a new manager bounce as well.
Yeah, he's unbeaten, isn't he, in the last 4, I think. He's not lost in the last 4. And then you've got, I believe Sabitza's back in training, so if you wanted to like change it up a bit, midfield, you could bring Sabitza in, who I thought has played very well the last couple of games he's been involved in. And he'll obviously been gutted to have like sort of injured himself in the warm-up against Forest, but I think Eriksen did a very good job. So I think the midfield should be fine without Bruno, and it's only a 1-game suspension, so we shouldn't have to worry too much, I don't think.
I believe the manager's like been described as a Spanish Tony Pulis, or something along the lines of that. So he's not like the popular manager who everyone would go for, but they just brought him in basically to do a bit of a job because he was in a bit of a relegation scrap.
Save him from the drop, basically.
Yeah, pretty much, because he was 5. I think just before we was playing him, he was 5 points off it. But yeah, it looks like they may just survive now. So maybe he's Spanish. What's the Spanish name for Tony Pulis? Do we think? What would you call him?
He's probably the Spanish Big Sam then.
Yeah, Spanish Big Sam. Spanish Sam, I like it. Yeah. Sam mentions there with Rashford and maybe Sabitzer back. We've got Shaw and Malacia as well. But just purely on Marcus Rashford, do you risk Rashford or do you save him for Brighton?
Save him. Don't start him.
Okay.
If he's fit to play, yeah, just start him on the bench and then you can bring him on later. Whether we need to go score some more. Just bring him on just to get him a bit match fit and ready for Brighton. But I wouldn't start Marcus Rashford. Or even if I started him, he won't complete the game.
You what? What was that last bit? I didn't catch it.
Even if I started him, I'll take him off maybe like after 50 minutes or something.
Yeah.
I'm playing for the full game, but we know the threat he brings. It's good to have him on the bench because then, because Sevilla, I mean, there's no manager who wouldn't be thinking, oh, well, they've got this guy ready to come on at any time. So it kind of keeps them on their toes as well.
Absolutely.
Even if it's just a bluff. But it's good to have him in the team. It gives confidence to everyone, the fans. We can go with that energy of we've got at least 1 or 2 in the chamber that we can unload. So it's good to have him back because we desperately need him. We saw what happened when Weghorst came off the bench. We all love Weghorst. But when he came off, it was just absolutely nothing. Like he didn't give us anything. And I think his confidence is also running low now, and it's affecting his game because even before, like you could see the way he was running, and but now he's overthinking things. You can see it, and we just need someone sharp. We just need that sharpness. Someone decisive, someone who's ruthless, and that's what Marcus Rashford has been all season. So it's good to have him back.
It's like the situation with Weghorst and Martial at the minute. It's like someone split up with a boyfriend and he goes to Marbella for a couple of months to go do some repping. And you're like, he's not going to come back. He's staying over there now. Don't worry about it. And she's met this new nice guy that's Weghorst. And he's like, he's doing all right. He's, really good for her and stuff. And then, boom, Martial comes back and he's like, back from holiday, back from Marbella with this lovely tan. And he's like, fuck you. It's in a bit. And that's how it's gone down.
Weghorst is doing strictly missionary, lights off with his socks on.
I'm talking. Is it 21 Jump Street where Jonah Hill just like, I'm talking missionary. I'm talking missionary. When she's on her back.
Weghorst has got his socks on and his shirt. Yeah. He's like pulled his t-shirt up and then put it in his mouth, like that kind of thing.
Did you hear the story about Kevin De Bruyne and
Courtois?
Courtois. Yeah. So basically, Weghorst is De Bruyne. And Courtois is Martial.
Yeah, that's some conspiracy road maybe. But the front three in itself, Sam, has been quite good, hasn't it? I think that it brings a different dynamic. Martial, Antony, and Sancho. I think especially Martial and Antony themselves, they've really stepped up, haven't they?
Yeah, Martial when he's come back in, he's looked bright, he's looked sharp, he's got a goal. It doesn't look like he's lost much. Obviously, he's not going to be. Obviously, he's fit, but there's a difference between being fit and match fit, isn't there? You need a run of games to get match fit. So obviously, he's still trying to get to that point, but he's looking better every time he plays. Antony probably had one of his best performances he's had in the United shirt against Forest. I thought he was really good. Was using his right foot, was making the fullbacks guess. His passing was really good. That assist for Dalot was excellent. The pass he put through, really impressive. And then to add Rashford back into the team is always a bonus because he's been on absolute fire this season. Sancho is the only one I kind of worry about. He seems like he's not being consistent enough. He's showing little flashes where he's good, and then he'll just disappear for the game, or things won't come together and his confidence will go. I'm not sure what it is, but it just seems like he's not fully there yet. But Anthony's flying, Rashford was flying before he went out, and Martial looks like he's always a threat. Like, he always looks like he can score a goal. But just, Sancho's the only worry I have, because he's just not delivered consistently enough yet. We know the talent's there, but it's worrying for Sancho.
I think Sancho's got better, but only like by a fine margin. So like 0.5, he's got better. We still want more improvement.
It's not for a whole game.
It dips. It definitely dips, and especially when you've got the other two players alongside you, Martial and Anthony, who are both hitting kind of 7s out of 10s, and they've looked fantastic. I'm praying to God, as I'm sure Chivi is as well, and I'm sure probably Sam is as well, that he can stay fit towards the end of the season. Because if he can, the competitions that we're still in, I think we can advance against Sevilla if he stays in. I think Brighton's not a much easier game, but well, it is easier. If you've got Martial in your team rather than Weghorst, it just completely changes the dynamics and the way you play. So I hope he can stay fit, and let's just fingers crossed he does do that. Did you want anything to add on to the Anthony situation, Chivi? Because it is interesting, and he had all this kind of criticism heading into the season. He's had pelters off everyone. I did a clip about it this today or yesterday, whenever it was. But he is really starting to find his feet now, isn't he?
Absolutely. I was literally just about to touch on that, because we saw 2 really good performances against Sevilla and Forest, and they came behind a lot of criticism. You know, there was stuff on TalkSport. There was like lots of people literally just focused on Anthony. Yeah. And I'm just really, and this is what I like to see from players when they respond to criticism. And I think there was some kind of tweet that he put out at some point, was like, oh, you know, like something along the lines of only God can judge me. Something like, you know, basically just like, okay, all right, let's be having it. And yeah, I love to see that. What I also enjoyed about his performances against Sevilla in the first leg was the battle he had with Acuna, which was the left back, was it?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, the Argentine guy, yeah. And he had a battle, and he was up for it, man. Squaring up, coming back to defend. So a lot of people just think, you know, oh, he's a winger. They want to see dribbles. They want to see this and that. There's a lot more that goes into it with the modern game now. Keeping the shape, tracking back, closing down your men, things like that. And this is something that we hardly see wingers having. I mean, if we had someone like Dembele, who has bags of skill, he's never coming back to help out Aaron Bissaka at all. So these are some of the qualities that go unnoticed. And when you have an agenda against a player, you tend to just overlook certain things. And I'm just really pleased that he's stepped up. And I've mentioned this before. It's kind of like when we had Ronaldo, when he joined initially. He had his critics. There were lots of critics, you know, Ronaldo's, it's all about stepovers. But he proved everyone wrong. And Anthony is not Ronaldo. But I just like to see that sort of attitude where you take the criticism on the chin, and you roll with the punches, and then you put out some good performances.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, Ten Hag's comments on him as well, the comparisons with Arjen Robben, which people were losing the shit at, and it's just like, he was just literally comparing styles. He's not saying it's the same player, but they've got similar things, which they have. Loads of people have been saying it about him, but yeah, I'm like his development. I think considering it's his first season, you look at someone who we just touched on then with Jadon Sancho, he still looks like he's trying to acclimatise to the league and the Premier League, whereas Anthony's just come in and he's just like got the right attitude, the right work rate. And a lot of the stuff he does off the ball, people don't appreciate it. So especially like the modern era, it's all like how many goals have they scored, how many assists have they got, rather than, you know, can they keep the shape? How do they work off the ball? How do they, you know, work with other people that are alongside of him? Like, I think his relationship with Wan-Bissaka is developing nicely as well. So these things people don't notice, and people, as we know, tend to focus on the negatives rather than the positives. But it is what it is. I'm happy he's you know, shaking it up a bit and looks decent. Just focusing on the opposition, Sam. The last 5 games for Sevilla, they've won 2, drawn 2, and lost 1. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but they played Valencia over the weekend, beat them 2-0, which provided a little bit of comfort in terms of their ambitions to stay in the league. So they can focus on this tie a little bit more. What will they be targeting in this United squad, do you think, looking at it? You know, obviously we have been hit with a few injuries from the last game. What do you think they'll be looking at and be like, yeah, we can get out in there?
I think they're definitely going to looking at our defence, aren't they? Because we're missing... we're missing Lisandro, Varane, 2 of our best. I've just seen a comment there. That is weird. Anyways,
I've not seen it.
yeah. So I've totally lost my train of thought. Yeah, defense-wise, yeah, Maguire's obviously coming for some criticism, and there seems to be a targeted agenda against him, regardless whether he has a good game or not. If he has a bad game, then rightfully call him out and say. But I thought after his first 20 minutes against Forest, I thought he had an all right game. I thought he was fine. Like, he did decent. And then people were still coming in for him, saying it's terrible and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, that's the issue he has to sort of contend with. Obviously, he doesn't help himself in interviews when he talks about, and he just mentions stupid shit, which I won't get into again. But yeah, he needs to sort of improve that side of things. But they're definitely target there. Obviously, we don't know if Shaw's going to be 100% to play left back or centre back. Malacia's obviously been out, so I don't know if he's going to be ready to there. But I thought Diego Dallo did a fantastic job against Nottingham Forest at left back. I thought really, really good game. So we could just line up the same way. And if they play like they did for the 70 minutes we did against Forest, rather than the first 20 minutes, I think we'll be fine and we'll be all right, because I don't think they offer that much threat. However, if he has a 20 minutes like he did against Forest, they might be able to snatch a goal and they might be able to put one in, and then we're in trouble. Then we have to go out and score 2 to get this tie done, or minimum 2 anyway. So yeah, I think they'll target Maguire for sure, and then whoever's partner him, whether it's Lindelof or whether it's Shaw, who's just come back from an injury, they'll target that for sure. I think Wan-Bissaka's been solid, so it's going to be very hard to sort of target him. But yeah, the 2 centre-backs, whoever's there, they're going to be targeted.
Absolutely. Judging from the last game, though, Chippy, was anyone individually on their team who worried how they performed as a collective? Well, I say that, the first half, they were shit. The second half, we kind of give them certain things. But was anyone who noticed that he was like, oh, we may be a bit of a threat? You know, I think their top goal scorer, El Nesri came on, looked all right.
No one really worried me, to be honest. The only guy that I just hate seeing is that Renan Lodi.
Yeah.
Did he play for Atletico?
He played for Atletico, but I thought he played for Forest, Lodi.
Mm-hmm.
You're on about the Forest game.
No. I'm saying previously, like, he's scored at Old Trafford before. He's had a really good game at Old Trafford for another team, another Spanish team.
Yeah, he played for Atletico. He put the cross in for João Felix when he scored at Finger for Atletico.
Exactly. So every time I see him, I don't like this guy. Like, not like I don't like him personally, but I just always feel there's a threat coming. But in terms of like one player from their team, I really can't. I mean, we had them on toast for the whole game, literally, and we just fell asleep for 2 seconds, and it was mayhem after that. So there wasn't really anyone in particular. I mean, they work really good as a team. Obviously, Rakitic was, pulling strings and all that. And I think with the way they play, they don't rely on one main player.
Yeah.
They have just energy. They know exactly what they're supposed to do. They're very organized, at least with what we saw.
I feel like Villarreal, that, innit? Villarreal are very the same. Like when we played, they're very organised, tough to beat.
Very organised, and you can't really pinpoint one player as, this is the star guy. Or no, they're just all.
They had fucking Lamella as a 9 up top, and you're like, that's not a threat at all, is it, to be honest. Yeah,
either him and then the other guy, the guy who kind of went on the floor and stayed forever.
Montiel. I think it is, the right back.
So he's a crazy penalty taker and free kick specialist. So if anything, that's kind of what I'll be worried about. Yeah. I can't say one player off the top of my head because I think they're just more dangerous as a team, as a machine than individually.
Yeah. As a team, Sam, the last time we played, it was pretty even in terms of possession. In the last game, I think it was 45-55 to us. Do you think we go there and dominate chance creation, control the pitch again, or more hit them on the break, playing spells? What are you expecting how the game to play out tomorrow?
Just read a couple of comments and I'll do that. Aaron Gregory, Tony Pulis is not the comparison anybody wants. Probably not. Not.
Sorry, whoever it is.
Yeah. Sancho is improving, but very slowly from Dan Raj. Joseph Jack, Maguire, Lindelof under Ten Hag are better than Maguire and Lindelof under Ollie. I mean, yeah, arguably. Maguire in a high line give me anxiety. He plays like he's had a few lines. I'll let you guess who put that comment in, but
I did.
Yeah, there you go.
Of course he did. He said Maguire plays like he's had a few lines. I think he's had the opposite. He's like ketamine, if anything.
Yeah.
Just like in his own little thing.
Anyways, but yeah, I think we'll dominate possession. I think we've got better players, player for player. I think we've got better players on the ball. I think they'll look to sit in and then just look for an opportunity to either counter or take advantage of a set piece, whether that's a free kick, corner, and I think they'll do the shithousery that they were doing at Old Trafford. They'll go down consistently.
I couldn't believe that.
They'll just
From the right back.
They'll play all the dark arts, as it were. So yeah, they'll do all sorts of shit, and they'll try and frustrate United. They'll try and wind us up. We've got players in the team who do have tempers. Anthony, for example. So they'll try all sorts of stuff just to sort of psych us out and then get us to make mistakes. So we've just got to be on it. Make sure we're 100% concentration. Put our chances away, like Chivy said, and we should be fine. But yeah, I think we'll dominate possession. I think we've got far too many players with that good on the ball that we can't sit back and play counter-attack in this game. We have to take it to them. So I think that's what it comes down to. Adam is saying, just comes down to finishing. The tie should be over already. We should be playing a youth team tomorrow. It just conveys how much we need a world-class number 9. Yeah, like in that Forest game, if we've got a world-class number 9, it's 5-0. Easily. Like it's easily 5-0 in that game. So yeah.
You can say that for a lot of games as well, though. Yeah. There's so many games. Like the Brentford game, we created 13 chances in the first half. The Everton game, we created shitload, like the most we've ever done in the first half. So you put like a Harry Kane in front of that, talking like 4 or 5-0 easy, mate. Yeah. I've got a couple of quotes here coming out from, because Eric Ten Hag's press conference is on right now, which I had no idea was ongoing, but he's spoken about Marcus Rashford, and he's spoken about Marcel Sabitzer and a couple of the other injuries in Sevilla as a team. So I'll just pull them up. So on Marcus Rashford, he said he's had one training session with the team, but he had some individual sessions before. So maybe not ready, like we were saying, for a full 90. Maybe he'll have like a cameo towards the end if we need him. I mean, I wouldn't risk it if you didn't need him. If you're 2-0 up, then what's the point, right? On them as a collective, said Marcus Rashford, Luke Shaw, Malacia and Sabitzer returning. They are available. That's why they are on the aeroplane. I will take my decisions tomorrow. Today we train. We will see the reaction. So, yeah, and there's other bits from there, but it's more like talking about Sevilla in the home game, etc., and that kind of stuff. In terms of like people who are suspended or injuries, you've got Bruno, of course, who's suspended to Chivy's new knowledge. Garnacho out, Donny out, Lissandro out, Varane out, and McTominay is a doubt.
By the way,
as well.
That yellow card that Bruno got to be suspended is fucking bullshit.
Outrageous.
It's one of the most ridiculous yellow cards I've ever seen in my life. That
it was bad, wasn't it?
So stupid.
It's great. That's why, like, them moments when Bruno's reacting and being thinking, then you can understand.
Yeah,
you're like, absolutely. 100%. Right, let's do some quick fire questions. Tomorrow night, Manchester United versus Sevilla. Will Sevilla score?
No.
Will Sabitzer start?
No,
I don't think so.
Will Marcus Rashford play any minutes?
Yeah.
One player to watch?
Eriksen.
Yeah, I'd agree with Eriksen, but just to be different, I'd say Dalot, because I think he might play left back again.
He was good, wasn't he?
Can you imagine if we have Luke Shaw as a centre back and then Dalot as a left back?
Yeah, that could be good.
You know what I really liked? Well, I'll do one more quick fire question for the clip, but then I'll discuss just about that. Prediction for man of the match?
Eriksen.
De Gea.
Wow.
I don't like that. Don't say that.
Is that where it's going? Yeah.
Don't like that. Oh.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh no, I'm gonna go Martial actually, because he's going back to Sevilla. There's a bit of a thing there. Yeah. I can kind of see one of those.
Yeah. Right. What? Yeah.
Just a guess. Anyway.
I saw a meme the other day. Do you remember he was in the press conference and Martial goes, "What? Huh? Can you repeat that again?"
Yeah.
Can you repeat, please? Yeah, can you repeat that again? What's he saying now? Oh yeah, Diego Dalot. Sorry, very last bit before the predicted 11s. What I really liked about his performance against Nottingham Forest, he did a similar thing to what Cancelo does in Pep's system, where you move into the midfield. Obviously, playing at left back, where he can play either side. Portuguese, you see all the similarities there. But he was moving into the midfield, helping the progression, and then you saw that shape then from United, the 3-2-5. And you had like Casemiro and Dalot in the middle there, or whoever it was. Sometimes Eriksen was dropping as like the anchor, and free flowing, and the interchangeability was really nice. And Dalot looked like he flourished in that. So why not start him again if he had a good performance against Forest?
Even Wan-Bissaka had that on this other side as well. There were times when he was in the midfield.
Yeah.
And I was like, Ten Hag's really starting to trust this guy, like with the ball.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But he looks all right. I think he's looked relative.
He does, man.
They inverted, didn't they? They almost like inverted at times.
That's the thing when you have
midfield, whereas like Anthony and Sancho stayed quite wide, but then you had the fullbacks inverting almost the underlaps and stuff. So you just provided something a little bit different, which was like was nice.
But it's no coincidence because when you have players around you that are really good, imagine if Wan-Bissaka was doing that with McTominay and like fucking.
No,
you understand?
disaster.
Like
Scott, you got mate.
Exactly. So like when you have players that are really good around you, that can take care of the ball, it improves their confidence as well. So yeah, cool.
Yeah, 100%. Predicted 11s. Who wants to kick this off? I'm interested to see which way you go.
I'll go. Shah Sam is saying Anthony for man of the match. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
Good shout there.
I think it's De Gea. I think it's Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, and I think Dalot, because I'm not sure about the fitness of Shaw or Malacia. So I think he might just stick with that to save them for Brighton. I think that might be what happens. I think Chivy's right, so I think it's Casemiro, Fred, Eriksen. And then it's Sancho on the left, Anthony on the right, and Martial up top.
That's the exact same team as mine.
Same.
Oh, we all got on the same team, yeah. Must be. That's the first time. Remember last week, he was like, who's playing, lads? He's like, I have no idea. Yeah,
mate, but we literally have no options. Like,
we all picked Sabitzer, and then he pulled out in the warm-up, so we were like, oh, for fuck's sake, this is just not.
Yeah, but in fairness to Eriksen, he came in and he dominated, didn't he? Him and Bruno Fernandes together, cooking, mate.
I'm never happy when a player gets an injury, but I was so relieved to see that Eriksen came in because I don't think we would have controlled the game the way we did if Sabitzer played, because he would have been much further up the field.
Them two together in particular, in it, Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes really unlock each other. There was always mega criticism. Well, not criticism, but it was always anytime Bruno played in the Oli system, if you shut Bruno down, the whole thing would just completely collapse. You bring Eriksen in, it's like, oh shit, now you've got this other like highly intellectual player who's on a similar level who can create from anywhere.
But then you've also got Casemiro at the back who's capable of the similar level of passing that Eriksen has.
Like a quarterback.
Like he can do those passes. So it's just like, well, you shut him down, but you've still got him. So it's just like...
It's nice to see, man. It's nice. Score predictions, Manchester United versus Sevilla. What do you guys think as well? Let us know in the comment section.
I'm going to go 2-0 to United.
Nice. And who scores?
I don't know. Who scores?
Anyone?
Martial scores just because he's going back to Sevilla. And yeah, I'm going to go Martial Bruno.
Bruno's not playing.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jesus Christ.
Stop. Chivy. He's not playing.
Wants him to play.
Just get over it. He's not playing.
We know you want him to play. He can't play. He's suspended. So he can't score.
Playing.
He can't assist. No.
Martial, who else plays? Anthony. Martial Anthony.
Okay. Sam?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be 2-0. I'd say Martial definitely to score. And then Casemiro. Yeah.
Hey, you got the exact same as me. What was the score? Did you say 2-0?
2-0, yeah.
Yeah, I've gone 2-1. I've got that same. I've gone Martial, Casemiro, and I've gone Suso to score for them. Just because he's coming to a little bit of form at the minute. And I think they will score at home, but we'll get the job done. And if needs be, we've got Super Marcus to bring off the bench, right? So it's not all doom and gloom. We've got players there.
Shah Sam is saying 3-0, United, Sancho and Anthony, and he's not put the third one, so I don't know. But yeah.
Maybe it's a double.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe they want two. One gets two, so.
I could see a Martial double. Yeah. Let's hope so. Let's hope it's nothing like last week, because that was painful as fuck towards the end. The second half. Yeah, let's just hope not.
Let's also hope Ten Hag has learned his lesson and don't make like changes. Crazy changes. Yeah, just leave one in the chamber.
Just in case. In case,
Yeah, I agree. Looking forward to it. That concludes the preview for today, guys. Thank you to everybody who's been tuning in and getting your comments in and supporting the channel. If you want to continue to do that, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and smash a like on the video. I mentioned at the start of the show, I'll be live on TikTok and YouTube for the full watch along with team news at 7 o'clock. So make sure you come and join me. Also, make sure you follow us on social media. All the handles are on the right-hand side of the screen. And yeah, I think that's it. Just come and join us for the game. Which way are we pointing? Is it that way?
That way. That way.
This way?
Yeah,
whichever way. You can see him on the screen.
No,
so, yeah.
other way. Other way.
Right, yeah. You'll see him on the screen. But I feel like a fucking lollipop lady. I'm like, no idea. Just fuck it. You'll see him. Real Red Start. Follow us. Big thank you to the lads for joining me in the preview as well. And yeah, we'll see you guys for the game tomorrow, I suppose.
Yeah, people will be on for the review as well. So make sure once you've finished on the watch along with Nick, make sure you just stay on YouTube. Come join us for the review as well. Hopefully, it's a nice review and it's not a review.
Like last time.
Oh, that was
no rants.
No ranting. Yeah, exactly. None of that shit. So yeah, come join us for the review as well. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, man. See you later, guys. Take care. Peace.
Buenos noches or whatever.
Buenos noches.